Hello there, my name is Ken Orvik and I do web design, development, and internet marketing here at StrengthPortal. I've been doing this type of job for about 6 years now. It was my job before I came to StrengthPortal and I continue to do it to this day. So the point of this video, we've been talking to trainers and coaches over the last couple years at conferences and online around the world. And we've really come to the realization that bringing an online presence to your business, especially personal trainers and online personal trainers, is becoming a really big thing. That having an online presence is very important. But we've been talking to a lot of different trainers and we've heard up to 10 grand quoted for websites built on WordPress or just custom websites built by design companies. And we just thought that was ridiculous. So we wanted to create this website to show you how easy it is using one of these template websites to create a website that allows you to sell things, have people pay for your services, and be your brand for your business. So I'm going to get started. The website that we decided to use, or the service that we decided to use for this tutorial, was Squarespace. Squarespace is a service that makes it really easy for you to go on and create websites from these templates, and they're really beautifully designed templates. So I went ahead and created an account already and chose the template 5, F-I-V-E, for an example. I think it was a pretty good template to start with just because it had a lot of the features that I wanted to show, including a store, a blog, and then the basic pages. So this is what you start with. I'm going to say next, site purpose, business. Title. Let's just call it personal trainer. I'm going to have this tutorial be based around like a personal training website or an online training website. Next, so business information, they give this to you at the very beginning to fill in because this will appear all over your website. On your contact page, they'll have the map. They'll have it in the footer of your website. They'll also have it in kind of for search engine optimization purposes. They'll have that be given to Google. So this is definitely important to fill out, but right now I'm just going to say skip. So this is your template so far. I'm going to put it full screen by clicking this little arrow on the top left. So you can see the personal trainer names up here on the top left, and this is what the template looks like so far. That looks pretty good, but what's the best place to start? Let's start making it our own. So the first thing I want to do is, okay, this picture is, I mean, we're not doing a yacht website, so let's go into pages. And you can see in here, this is the navigation, kind of the architecture of your website. And it's a little confusing at first, but you'll understand what these icons mean pretty soon. This one just means a folder, and you can see right here it says the yacht, and you can see in the preview that the yacht's up here with the same pages underneath. The yacht, our crew, gallery, the yacht, our crew, gallery. So in order to edit these pages, you have to click on this little settings cog. So I'm going to scroll down till I see the home page. You can see that little home icon next to it signifies that this is actually the first page of your website. This is where people get landed on. So I'm going to click the cog and it says, okay, you're modifying the example content. I'm just going to say create in order to create that page for editing. And now that I've created it, I'm going to click on the settings again. This little modal pops up. So navigation title, I'll just keep it home. You can see right here that the page title is the same page title that's superimposing the photo in the background over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that. So this is really important for search engine optimization purposes, that you have something that relates to what your website is, or is a really good tagline for what you're offering as a service. So for us, I'm just going to do something really bland, but like online personal trainer in San Luis Obispo. But I mean, that's the very dry title that you can put in there, but you can figure out something a little bit smarter, a little bit more catchier than that, but it accomplishes the purpose of telling people what you do and where you're at. So I'm going to say save that. Actually, before I do that, thumbnail image, remove that guy. Let's put in our own. So Squarespace trainer, home pick, it's the same pick that we use for the StrengthPortal website. Actually, I'm just going to put that guy in there. The same size. Perfect. So save. I skipped over the things in that page, but we'll go back and see that later. So I'm going to refresh the page, kind of see the changes. Booyah. So now I have my tagline right here and the photo in the background, and that photo will change sizes no matter if the website's on a tablet or a mobile phone. You can see that it's really good at changing the size of everything. So first page, I don't want the yacht, I don't want anything about the template, so I'm just going to delete that by going over here to the trash icon and delete. So you can see it's gone from the navigation now. So I'm going to add the first page. So I clicked on the little plus icon right here and it pops up the different options. So you can see it's pretty self-explanatory at this point, but I'm just going to choose page and it pops up about page. I'm just going to hit about. So now I have the page and I'm on that page. You can see it has the text right here. It has a place for the photo in the background. Just showed you how to do that before, but again, settings, thumbnail image is the place to go for that. So you start scrolling down and you can see that there's a sidebar over here to the right. We'll get to that in a second, but the more important thing is the content of the page. So header content, page content, and footer. So in the header, I'm just going to say edit. And at this point, it's the exact same as a word processing software or a system. You can just go in and say, this is my about page. About page. But I want this to be big because what you're seeing right now is how it's going to look on the page. I'm going to go up to normal, change that to heading 1. Boom, I have a heading for a page. Save that. This is my about page. Let's scroll down and see that. Page content. This is where you're going to put information about who you are. Information about who I are. No, I'll just say. So save. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. But you can also add different modals. Like right now, you're just seeing text. But let's say you want to add photos or some sort of other media. So I'm going to go back to page content edit, and you can see there's 2 gray bulbs, and what these signify is places where you can put content. So I'm going to click for one below and add a, well, you can see it right here. These are the basic ones you're probably going to be using 75% of the time, 90% of the time. But text, quote, image, gallery, video, you can scroll down. We'll go over some of these later. But let's just add a image in here. I don't have an image of a person right now, so I'm just going to be using these dumbbells. Perfect. Okay, I don't want a caption below, but you can see how easy it is to add one if you want to. You can read these options in the future. Click through your URL if you wanted to go to a different page when clicked, but I'm going to just say save. Ooh, yeah, it is there, but it's huge. Do I really want it to be that huge? No. So another gray bulb down here, click and drag. It's super simple. The whole website's kind of like that. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. But let's say that this is an image of maybe you, and you want that to be to the right of the text that you're seeing up here. Same way that you just kind of resized it, you're just going to click and drag. And now it gives you options for where to put it. So I can put it to the right of the text, I can put it to the left of the text, put it above. I'm going to put it to the right now. So, I mean, it's so awesome how you can just click and drag, resize the photos, get that in. So that looks good right now. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to say save. So now you have a header, you have text, you have a photo of you or photo of something that looks really cool. And the footer content, you can just add more boxes, more modals, I think they call it, in here. But for right now, I think that looks good. So I'm going to save. So the sidebar, what the heck is this thing? So I think what they're trying to do right here is show the Twitter feed. Like if you want to have a Twitter feed throughout your website, you can go in here. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you how to get that up there. If you go back to the settings cog to the left, page layout is how this sidebar was brought up. Before it was full width on that home page, but right now it's at one sidebar, and that brings up this, and it's already pre-filled with this information. But you can have your Twitter. This is just text, so this is the Twitter handle. So you can put whatever Twitter handle your Twitter handle is, and then the Twitter block. And the way they got that is they just clicked on this little gray box, and then social, the very bottom. We were at text and image up here. The very bottom is Twitter, and boom, Twitter box pops up. So I'm just going to delete that by clicking on it. I'm saying delete, confirm, back to 1. So it's super simple to add your Twitter accounts or your social media accounts to this website. But I just clicked on edit. I can say add account. It pops up the Twitter API. I can just put it in there, say authorize app, and boom. Now I have my feed, my Twitter feed, coming into my website in 3 clicks. Pretty simple. So I can choose items that I want to display. I'm just going to say one, show username. All these options are pretty easy to understand. Discard my changes. Captain's log, don't worry about it too much. I would just probably delete it if I was you. Go in here and just the little delete guy, trash can, whatever you call it. Delete that guy too. Remove. Yes. But basically, it's a collection. So when you connect more of your social media accounts, you can go in there and have collections from like your Facebook or your Tumblr or things like that. And then the form block. You can see this is a place where you can put email address and the submit button, but I'm going to do the form or show you the form box on the next page that we create. So I'm going to save that. Pretty decent About Us page. You're going to have a photo up here, the name of your page, some text, some photo. Next page. So let's show you how to do the drop-down menus and have basically a folder of different pages. So I'm going to click on folder here. Empty folder, let's call this services. So let's say that you're a coach or a trainer that does multiple different activities or provides multiple different services for your clients. You want to have a page or a folder set out like this. So I'm going to go add a page into services. And I'm going to call it online training. It's going to probably create that page. Perfect. Next one, let's say, well, just to say training or in-person training. Probably needs a hyphen there, but who cares? Perfect. Okay, so now when you go up to services, you can see that when I hover over it, it gives me the 2 options. So I click on online training, it's going to go to that page. Same thing for the About Us page. You can see that it saved the content that we had here from the sidebar. But in this page, and say that someone's going through. So I have page content, I have text about, this is information about my online training business. They read that, they get super excited. They're like, okay, I need to sign up for this guy or girl right now. Like they're going to be the trainer for me. I want to sign up. And so instead of having to go to maybe like the contact page or maybe like a sign up form on the home page, you can just add it right here on this page because you know exactly what page it came from, what they were looking at, and what kind of service they want. So I'm going to go into the footer, say edit, and instead of a text modal, I'm going to go underneath and go down to form. Boom. How easy is that? It automatically brings up a form with first name, last name, email, subject, and message. This is less of an email format, so I'm going to take out subject. I'm just going over here to the right and clicked on the garbage icon, confirm. So name, email, message. Perfect. So now if someone wants to sign up, they can say, hey, this is my name, this is my email. I would really be interested in signing up for your services. Give me some more information. Perfect. So let's say you want some more information from them. You can click on this little plus button underneath the form options. And I want to say select. So now it gives me a little select box down here to the left. You can see with my mouse. And option 1, or let's say the description, or the name of it is going to be level of training. Maybe you want to see what type of training level the client has before signing up with you. And then choose options, none, tons. Save. Cool. And now when they're signing up or giving you information, they have, when they're making a request, they have different options to put in so you can get the most amount of information from this potential client. But going back, maybe you're going to say, how do I get that to my email? Well, Squarespace makes it stupid simple. And they have an email area over here. Now, I signed up with Ken at StrengthPortal.com as my email, so it's already going to be there. But you can exit out of that and put in your own email. But you can also do Google Docs and MailChimp. Well, at first, you might not understand how awesome that is. But imagine that you had, let's say, 50 clients or 50 requests per day, and you didn't want to go in all to your personal email, to your work email, you can connect Google Docs, like maybe create a Google spreadsheet and have these requests, the first name, last name, email, message, level, training, go straight into that spreadsheet, and then maybe at the end of the day you can respond to all those people. So there's definitely an infinite amount of possibilities you can have with Google Docs and MailChimp as well. Don't worry about the advanced section too much. You can go in and check this out later, but I'm just going to say save. So if I was going to fill out this form right now, it'd go straight to my email, which is really simple and really cool. So that's a good level of form. So now we have services, we have an About Us page. Now I kind of want to go into maybe a little bit more of an advanced topic. Actually, before we do that, let's go to contact. I just want to show you the contact page that they have. Getting in touch, they have like a filler text right here. And then they have a map of your office. It's really cool for if you're doing local businesses and it's not necessarily online and you want people to be able to search you on Google. Having a page like this with a map and your address down below is invaluable. It's super important to have for local search rankings. So definitely make sure that you have a contact page with the map on it, with the address, if you want to be found local. So now that I just said it before, but now that you've kind of got the overall feel how easy it is to have like an email collection form and to have an About Us page with text and a services page, I wanted to go into these more advanced topics. And the first one is blog. A lot of times when you have a website nowadays, it's like through WordPress or someone custom designs a website for you, but your blog lays somewhere else on the internet, maybe on a Tumblr or some Medium. I think is another website that's been really popular recently with blogs. But you want to have a blog on your website. It's great for search engine optimization purposes, and it's really cool to have a community that's based around your website instead of people going to a Tumblr website, which is less branded and just looks like a Tumblr website. So if I click on blog, it's going to ask me the same thing like before. I want to create a page like this. And yeah, let's just say save. You can see the options here. Post per page, 20 posts. I'm just going to bring that down. 9 posts. Description, you can read all this later. Image, same thing. One really cool thing about this is the post by email address. Let's say that you're on the road or at a conference, but you still want to write a blog post, but not necessarily, you don't have your computer in front of you, maybe you just have your phone. You can actually write an email and send it to this pre-generated email address or generated email address, and it will post it on your website. It's really cool. You can see the different options right here, and I know they have some apps with Android that make it really easy as well. But for right now, I'm just going to say save. So now you have the blog, and there's no blog items. I want to click to add my first one. Perfect. Now, if you've ever written a blog before, it's very standard. What you see right now: post title, the post content, tags, categories, comments. You can leave them on or off depending on how many trolls you have, and how you want the post posted. So I just want it published right now. I don't want it scheduled in the future or anything like that. But this is the title, and then post content options. You can add a thumbnail image, so that's like the image that pops up at the very top of the post. Here, I'm just going to show you how it looks. URL, author, if you have, let's say you have like a business with like a gym and you have a lot of personal trainers there, or coach team where you have a lot of different coaching staff, you can have different authors have access to this blog and be able to post things on the website. So, what are we doing? Location, if you're somewhere and you want people to know your location, you can do it here. And then social, again, I haven't connected my social media accounts to the Squarespace website. Well, I'll show you that at the very end. But this is where you can easily say, like, every time that I post something, share it on social media. Super simple. So I'm going to say save. And boom, first blog post. If I click on the title, it brings me directly to that page. It's pretty cool. Really, really cool. And you can see the thumbnail image over here. Author, comment, likes. If I want to share it, or if the reader wants to share it, they can do it really easily right there. Let's go back to the home page of the blog. So yeah, I mean, there's a couple little bugs. You can see like the image isn't showing up right here. Squarespace just released this version. It's called Squarespace 7. So I think they're still working out some of the blogs, or some of the issues. There you go. So yeah, that's the blog. It's really simple, really easy to add, delete, edit posts, share the post. I really highly recommend anyone that's trying to do a good online brand to have a blog on their website. It's really valuable. So moving into the next section is having an area where people can either buy things like a store for shirts or products or other types of products, or you can also have clients pay you through your website, which is, I mean, it sounds crazy, sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not, and that's what the best thing about Squarespace is. So they have you can see the little money sign, they have a store area already, but I don't want that one, so I'm going to say delete. Click on the new main navigation page, and I'm going to go to products. And let's just say online pay for now. You can call it whatever you want. Opens up the new page. I'm going to add a product. The product I'm going to be adding right now is a service, right? It's not going to be digital, like a link or anything like that. And it's not going to be, we're not doing like t-shirts or other types of products right now. So I'm going to say service. And let's just put this image in again. But I want to say 2-month online training program. And you can probably have an unlimited amount of these in the page. The only thing to be worried about is that Squarespace, after one product that you have on your website, they make you upgrade to the next level of payment. They'll tell you that if I try to add 2 in right now, but definitely check out the pricing plans before you start thinking that you can add an unlimited amount of products on your website. So the pricing, if you ever dealt with e-commerce before, you can see the SKU right here. If you haven't, it's just basically an identifier for your product and makes it easy for bookkeeping and also for knowing or inventory more like it. And also really good for like Google Analytics and their analytics software to like track how much you're selling and where people came from to buy that product or buy that service. So it's definitely a more complicated subject, but you can see that there. So I'm going to click on pricing. I'm just going to say for 2 months, like $300. The on sale price would be $250, but I'm not going to put it on sale. Boom, now you have a product. Super simple. Additional info, I don't want to put anything in there. Workflow, if you want to collect more information from the person, like I was showing you on the online training page, if you want to say like, okay, if you're going to buy this, what's your level of training, any other information you want to find out. Options, social, you can figure those out. So I'm going to say save and publish. Boom. So now if I go to the online pay page, I can see 2-month online training program. I'm going to say add to cart. So this is where you have to make a decision, right? So I've seen a lot of different websites use PayPal as a way for clients to pay the trainer, the clients to pay the coach. And that's fine. You can do it on this website as well. It's a little bit more complicated in the fact that you actually have to go in to PayPal and create a button there. It says like pay through PayPal, and you can put it in the page. That's fine. It's just a little bit more complicated, but definitely worth it if you're just using PayPal. What Squarespace does is they make it extremely easy to use Stripe. I think it's just stripe.com. And what Stripe is an online payment platform. Just makes it super simple for people to pay you online. You can see they're advertising Squarespace right here. But it's a little bit more expensive on the percentage per transaction, but we use it a lot. It's totally worth it. So if I went back to pages and went back one more and went to settings, commerce. Yes, I want to get started with e-commerce. And then I went down to store settings. You can see right here, there's an option for connect to Stripe. And once you create your Stripe account, it's super easy to connect through Stripe. And then once you do, when you click on add to cart, it's going to pop up the cart item. The user can click on the item or click on the cart. This one's a little big. Now it shows the cart. I can say checkout, and immediately when they check out, it pops up like a good looking modal where you can put in your credit card information. And as soon as you say send, you get the money, or Stripe gets the money, and you can access your Stripe account, transfer all the funds through there. Also under commerce, you can see the payment activity inventory. There's other like settings under orders that you can set up too. It's really simple to create an online store or service pay page through Squarespace as well. So that was a more complicated subject. One thing that I forgot to mention was just adding, how do you add social media, like when you want to have your icons here. Well, when you're first setting up the website, you definitely want to go to settings and social. It's really easy just right here to say connected accounts. I want to connect account. Let's start with Facebook so I can kind of show you how it works. Yep, that is fine. So I'm going to say OK. And boom, now my Facebook is connected to the website. You can see the Facebook link was automatically put in the footer, and it's also put in here at the top, and it's really easy to delete these or add these to your choosing. So I think that's good for right now. We have online pay, we have services rendered, we have an About Us page where you can see how to add text and photos and move things around. I'll show you the testimonial page. They just created like very simple like text blocks in here. And that's one of the settings that you can add through those gray bubbles. A contact us page and a blog page. So I think that's a pretty good start to seeing how easy it is to create like a full service website. But for right now, I think in the future we were talking about how we can do tutorials on design, and you can see in here you can change the style of pretty much everything on the website. Even though it's a template, it's really easy to go in and change anything you want to the colors, the font that you use, and also you can do custom CSS and HTML as well for the more advanced users. Hope you enjoyed the video and the tutorial, and please let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to help you out, and hopefully we can be making some of these in the future. Thank you very much.